WRPB and WRP Studios. Okay, so I met these people that are sitting next to me and actually don't have any idea of exactly what they do. So as I learn, you guys are about to learn. With me is Nicholas and Donna, correct?
Yes.
And even though it came up as Nicholas, I'm gonna call you Nick. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Is that what everybody calls you?
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
everybody calls me.
Yeah, because we're lazy. So Nick is just easier. All right. NADDA. Nada. What? Well, why don't you tell us why you got the name Nada?
So the name Nana was comprised of Nicholas, Alex, Donna, and Dominic and associates. And we thought that it was a clever way to come up with something, mostly because of the fact that it felt more of a family structure and it felt warm and fuzzy. So that's why we came up with it.
Okay, so what is Nada Online? Nick, you can answer it. You're there.
Well, what NADDA Online does is we're basically a business concierge services.
Okay.
So we proofread any like resumes, or we can fix your website, and if we also do stuff like IT work. So if you need like technical uh, assistance with like setting up a TV, or how to get your website on the online and the internet.
So Don, you were smart enough to pick someone younger because
Mhm.
they have this knowledge that we don't have anymore.
This is incredible.
That we don't have anymore.
It's incredible, the
And
cutting edge.
right, and we had knowledge like you would think is simple today, but it wasn't simple when we were younger. Um, and I have some years on you, and I have a lot of years on you, tons. Okay, so you got into it because you saw the way businesses were running.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, what changes do you want to make?
So we just noticed that in a lot of several industries out here, we found that there was a lot of typographical errors when restaurants were doing menus.
That would be me. If you get an email or a text from me and it has no spelling mistakes, it's not from me. Okay. So the menus and stuff.
So we just figured that, even after years of experience of going through literature and brochures from a lot of local businesses, we realized that there was such a need for someone to really take a second set of eyes and do a deeper dive in.
It's interesting because I can write something and think I wrote the correct word, and I can read it 5 times and see the correct word in my mind, but no, it's not the correct word on the thing. So you're right, an extra set of eyes is a big help.
Hmm.
Are you doing proofreading of books too?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so who's doing all this stuff? Who's doing the proofreading?
So we have a busy department where within our family we have a network of other people that are helping out and assisting us on the
Okay,
team. And we take it real serious because of the fact that everyone has a specialized gift.
right.
So we basically pass it around to whoever has that level of expertise.
Okay, Nick, what are you doing in this vast group of people?
Well, I'm going to go and do the so we're planning on doing this photography part of the business, where we'll go and like take pictures of maybe weddings, or a landscape, or anything.
So you like photography,
Yes.
obviously,
Yeah.
because if you don't like photography, you wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially weddings. So you have a camera now?
I have a drone, a cinematic drone that I can
Okay.
use for photography. Yeah.
Which one do you have?
I have a DJI Avata drone.
Okay.
Yes.
I have a DJI, a Phantom 4, and I don't know what Edgar has. He has a DJI also, but he has a smaller one. Mine is like when you fly mine, and if there's papers on the desk, it'll blow all those papers away. That's how powerful it is. And it's interesting how they do things, and technology constantly changing. So you're going to do photography, which you can add then to websites
Yes.
and to
Hmm.
other things. What's your specialty in this group?
So my thoughts were that being that we have all these talented, skilled people, is that we could really put it to use with a lot of restaurants that want to give people a concept of from the parking lot what it looks like to see the restaurant in their shopping centers. as well as even in businesses for realtors when they need to be able to have those photos of houses and do that beautiful walkthrough tutorial and show a client, maybe even from another state, what it looks like to be able to walk through a pretty house and have everything what it would look like for their own ability to purchase that home.
Are you doing photography work too?
Well, basically, I'm assisting in
is
the
doing-
Nick is doing it, and I'm basically just assisting with the business development aspect.
How's it feel to have your mom as your boss? Oh no, and you as her boss.
I don't know what to think about it. It's kind of funny though. 'Cause it's like reverse roles.
Well, technology is such, so who's doing the websites?
So our son Alex is actually the one that's comes with that graphic design as well as extensive experience in Wix.
Okay,
So he's actually developed NADDA online, and he's constantly using routines to improve it every day.
that's cool. And how about the guy sitting over there?
So the guy sitting over there, that's Dominic, and he is our tech guru.
Okay,
This man is amazing. He goes through different commercial businesses and residential homes, and it could be as simple as setting up a Sonos stereo system, mounting a TV set, as well putting together a network system, and he's just got the skills and the expertise that the clients really truly need to get out there. And not only just that, but there are some real estate offices out there and dental offices that, sometimes when they're working behind the scenes and they're doing their own level of expertise, sometimes they need someone to come in and say, give me the knowledge, share your expertise, share your education with me, so that saves the step for them. It gives them more efficiency so they don't have to do the work themselves.
well, my philosophy has always been use a professional, okay?
Right.
If you don't use a professional, it's going to cost you 5 times more in money and 10 times more in frustration. And the thing about that is, you can't do everything. You can't. So when we were younger, we used to change our own oil in our cars. It would take me today probably 2 hours. I bring my car in. It costs me $50. It takes them 20 minutes to a half hour. So the extra hour and a half, I can make more money than it's going to cost me to have them do it. And why would I want to do it? Back when we were younger, cars were a lot simpler. You could open the hood and walk inside the hood. Okay, it wasn't all this high-tech computer stuff. So very, very different. But not everything is a DIY project anymore. Okay, and not everything can be fixed by YouTube or Google. And you need professionals to come and do it. It's that important in my eyes. So I know that you came up with the idea, and I'm going to guess that you have family support,
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
because it wouldn't work, I don't think, if you didn't have family support.
No.
Nick, where do you see it going? Where do you see this business going?
I think it would be very beneficial for the community, and since we're trying to get out to multiple counties, I think we could try to help out. And
Now, how old are you now?
I'm gonna be 16.
Okay, so you're in 10th grade?
Yes.
Okay. Is this something that, before they started it, you thought it was a good idea and you wanted to be part of it?
Yes.
Okay, so they didn't push you to be a doctor or a lawyer?
No.
Okay, good. It's a lot of schooling. Okay, so now we spoke about that one over there, and then there's one over there.
Yes.
They're in the background,
Right.
okay? So what his expertise is the graphic arts part
Yes.
and the website part.
Yes, Alex is definitely truly creative. The NADDA logo was comprised from Alex. He originated that, and he sketched it himself.
Oh, wow.
And NADDA is very, the logo, it's not, some people may look at the NADDA logo and just think, oh, it's just a dog logo, but NADDA offers much more than just photography.
Right, and that's why you decided to come on,
Right,
because there's a bunch of pieces to your company.
right,
And we were talking before we got on the air that you start a company and hopefully your kids will take it over.
right.
Okay, and you're blessed to have 2 of your boys saying, hey, let's get this running and we'll run with it moving forward. I thought that too, but my daughter doesn't want this. And it's okay. I don't think that you should. The cool thing about your family is it's stuff that they want to do.
Yes.
Okay? It's not something that just came out of nowhere. How long ago did you decide that, hey, I wanted to do photography? Or how long you been doing it?
Um, well, I think I've decided on this before we've even constructed the company. But I've been, I've started just during like sunset. I would go and take my drone up into the air and kind of capture photos, or we would go to like near the beach area and capture some like sea photos.
Are you gonna get, I guess at some point in time you're gonna get a regular camera, okay? Um, uh, I mean, I love photography. I won't, for me, everybody's different. I won't do a wedding because if I make a mistake, I don't think I can live with myself if those pictures didn't come out. You know, a little different today because you could snap away and snap away and snap away. It doesn't cost you anything to develop those pictures until you really want to make copies. But back in the day, we had rolls of film. Way before your time. Way before your time. But that's why we chose not to do that even here. We, if we're asked by someone we know what we do work for, then we might. But if a stranger came in and asked, I don't think it was something what we would do. It's not something within our wheelhouse. And that's an issue, like for you, because you have your drone, and now you need a camera. And it's just a thought in my mind. You're always best to stay in your own lane. Okay. Now, what did you do before this?
Before this, I was an executive assistant at working for some high-profile executives in some multiple industries of food industry and technology, and I just realized that there was such a need for the community to have so much more.
So you were already doing that. You're already doing what you're doing now in your own company for other people,
Hmm.
and it's sometimes hard to think that I did this for other people. Why can't I do it for myself? And that's kind of an entrepreneur spirit. The other entrepreneur spirit that we have is that people think that we make $1 million, and when you break down the hours we work, we make like $1.70 an hour. Okay, because people who have a job, they don't think about FP&L, paying the bill, or the internet, or any of that stuff. So it takes. I always say, if you're gonna be an entrepreneur, you got to be a little crazy. If you're an entrepreneur with a brick and mortar like we have here, you're a little more crazy. And if you're an entrepreneur with a brick and mortar that's in the food industry, you forget it. That's a ridiculous place to be. But it's interesting because I've reviewed tons of restaurants, and as we review in the restaurant, we order, there's always mistakes in menus.
Right.
So, have you been going to restaurants and saying, "Hey, we can redo your menu,"
Absolutely.
and you can redo it from scratch because you can have the graphic arts part,
Right.
you can have the spelling and the grammar correct, and then on the other end, for you,
Take pictures of the
you
food.
can do your video. I think it's so cool when a drone that kind of flies in through the front door.
Yes.
And I always say you don't really want to learn everything by YouTube, but I learned that really the professionals, what they do is they fly into the door and then they hold the drone and just walk with the drone because nobody knows the difference whether it's flying or not flying. We're getting to top of our time. How do people find you? You have a website?
Yes, our website is naddaonline.com.
Two D's.
Yes.
NADDA.com?
Yes.
NADDAonline.com.
Oh, online. Not online. You got to spell it out.
Yes. NADDA online.com.
Okay. And you have a phone number?
Yes.
Yes, our phone number for NADDA is 631-553-7898.
And that's the cool thing nowadays. It doesn't make a difference what the area code is because it doesn't matter anymore, you know.
Right.
But I've said it a million times. If you want something done, go to a professional. Don't learn it online. There are things you can do online, and I don't want to take away from that. But most bigger projects, or for lack of a better, more important projects that I've learned online, I had to have a professional come in and redo. So plumbing being one of the issues for me, but spelling being a bigger issue for me. But use a professional, check them out, NADDA with 2 Ds online.com, and we'll be right back.